which book help us to get fluency, okay, and which book help us to speak English, okay. So first of all, when you start your English journey, you start reading lots of books, okay. You start reading. Why you start reading? Because you listen lots of English content, that if you read English content, so we get fluency, we speak this language, and we follow blindly those strategy. But you are not understand there that what we learn, okay. We learn English content, but which type English content? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing great and learning this language great way. So friend, in this video I am going to talking about in this topic. So if you really face this difficult problem, yes, this is a difficult problem if you are a beginner. So if you also face this type of problem, so you going to be follow those rules, so you are get fluency easily, okay. Because when we are beginner, we are not aware of this language, so we follow different kind of strategy, and that is not good for our English journey. So if you think that you read like difficult books and you get fluency, so you speak English, so it's not going to be happen. Why? Because you are going to your journey difficult, and when you realize that I am not understand this English content, so how I speak this language, at that time you forget, you try to quit, okay. So when you start your English journey, try to read like easy language. Which kind of easy language, and how you find this is easy or not? You read. If talking about myself, so I read Sudha Murthy book. This book is very good, okay. If you are a beginner, at that time you also understand this book when you read, okay. So this is a basic English and you understand very well. So if you start in a basic English, when you realize after a few months spent on this journey, and then you understand that I am intermediate level, so you jump into advanced level, okay. So you listen, read step by step, okay. Don't think that I am fluent in a one day and I am speak this language in a one day, okay. This is a slow motion journey, please understand. If you spend your 30 minutes and if you spend your whole day, that is equal, okay. So don't think that I am spend my whole day and I am become fluent, so it's not going to be happen, okay. You create confusion in your mind not understand if you put lots of content in your mind, okay. If you listen one video again and again, so your mind absorbs, your subconscious mind pick that sentence, and when you speak, automatically word come on your mouth. So first of all, whatever you start in your life, so you understand that how I speak this language. We listen lots of content, we listen lots of people, and then we follow all the kind of strategy, okay. And then sometime later, when we see ourselves, so we are not done in anything. So please make sure you create your own strategy. I'm not saying that you did not follow any kind of strategy, you did not listen any kind of video. You listen, but make sure that what is your level. Some people, they are not habitual to reading book, so you read one page in 30 minutes. I'm not saying that you read 20 page in a day, because if you're doing like this, so next day your mind is not ready to read that book, okay. And so many people, they are not interested to reading book, so one page read, okay. One page is sufficient. So and when you read, so you mark when you see new sentence and find meaning that sentence, that what is the meaning of that word. when talking about myself, when I was a beginner and I was start my English journey, when I read one book like Sudha Murthy book, at the time I'm not understand anything, but I do reading. I read one book 4 to 5 times. Okay, again and again I read, again and again I read. So that is helpful for me. Why? Because that kind of book, when we read, so we are not getting bored, because that is a story book. Okay, and when we read, so we are curious that what is the next, okay. So if you also learn this language, so you read like that kind of book, so you are not getting bored, and also helpful for your journey to you speak this language. Okay, so don't think that I am beginner and I'm start reading, but now I'm not understand how I am understand, and if I'm not understand, so why I'm reading this kind. And when we read book, so it's helpful to increase our vocabulary. Okay, we don't need to buy any kind of vocabulary book, because when we read, so we see lots of new word. Okay, so you are note down in your diary. Okay, you learn like 5 word in a day. Okay, and again you read. So when you speak, so your communication is also good. Okay, and try to make uh, with this word to sentence. Okay, convert that word in sentence, and try to speak again and again. So many word is very difficult, and problem is that our communication is not going to be good, so we are our mouth is not habitual to speak that word. So if you speak again and again, so also your mouth is also habitual. So my point is that when you read, so you are make your vocabulary, you increase your vocabulary, and try to speak. Okay, make sentence, so also your mouth is habitual. So what we do, we try to do speaking practice every single day. Don't forget that my point. Okay, because speaking is very important. If you sometime you are getting bored, so you forget reading. If you are not interested to listening, forget, but start doing practice every single day. Okay, so I hope you like this video. If you then, please let me know in the comment section, and keep following for such more insights.